Hello and welcome back to the Cove with some more demo time in Lost in the Open. So, we finished off with a battle in the last one. We had a bit of a longer episode than I was expecting, but it is what it is. We had gone ahead and defeated some enemies in battle. We've picked up some nice chunks of experience, which is going to be what gets us through. Unfortunately, we did have one of our friends here take a good chunk of damage, so I'm going to try and fix that up if possible. So we do have a bundle of bandages. This will give him 20% of his maximum health back. That should mean, let's see, 20%, that'll be about, well, you know what, 20 health, and that'll bring him back up to 50. I think that should be good. Maybe we could go, do we want to bring it up to maybe 70? You know what? I think we're going to go ahead and use those bandages. Over here on our king, let's go ahead and boost up his health a chunk. We do have a nice passive healing ability, but I guess we'll see what we're dealing with next. So what have we got? We have a few unknowns. Let's go ahead and check out... Let's go ahead and check out more of the coast and see if we can figure anything else. Depending on how we go, we might use a bandage, but we'll see if we can go through a few events without too much trouble first. Alright, so let's roll on up and see what we can find. You find yourself at the side of a scattered ruin. You think this could have once been a small settlement. Alright, well, perfect time to scavenge. You search through the ruins and find a few valuables amongst evidence of a people who once lived here. We gain 15 gold. As you go to leave, you see behind the remnants of an old forge a stone marked. The dirt beneath is lightly packed. Well, unfortunately we do not have a shovel, so we are out of luck there. Let's just keep on moving. Alright, so healing up nicely, that is what we want. Let's go ahead and move to the next space. Let's just double check. What are you? You're at 79. Do you heal passively? I think that did indeed improve. Let's just, oh, well, we can't check out. Alright, we'll do that in a second. A woman stands accompanied by her injured guardsman. She wears an intricate deep blue shawl, her clothes tailored to her form, her boots buckskin. A noble woman. She greets you politely, but the strain on her face betrays urgency and worry. She explains that her caravan was robbed by brigands, and most of her guards were slaughtered. Rarely would I be bothered by such an event, shaken maybe, but never would risk my life for treasures. But I travelled with an heirloom. It is invaluable to me and my family. My guardsmen have already scouted the area. We believe my family's heirloom must be at one of the nearby camps. But as you can surely see, my men are too injured and I to conduct anything themselves. But if you were to, I can pay you handsomely. Alright, so let's ask her about her family and see if she can give us any extra information that might help. She hesitates. I would rather not. We are an old and controversial help. Okay, well, let's go ahead and agree and see what we can find. She sighs a deep sigh of relief. Thank you, truly. One of my guardsmen will show you the first camp. We shall await until you've found it, and you will know when you have it. Alright, the guardsman leads us for a short distance through the forest to the first camp. You charge towards. Alright, well, let's see how we're going to go. Alright, so let's just quickly check in with you. Yes, you did indeed heal up somewhat, which is always handy. What have we got here? Oh, that's our experience. Oh, okay. Oh, and we can even, check things here. Okay, so... Noted. Alright, well, either way, let that be. Who are we dealing with? We have an enforcer with, unpredictability, so he's got some potentially good or bad initiative. Alright, otherwise though, it looks like a base of 7. Let's see, blunt impact. So each damaging hit has a 20% chance to apply muddled. Ooh, okay, well we definitely want to get rid of that nice and quickly. Who else have we got? We have a spearman who is sluggish. That is very good for less stamina for him. Let's see. Restore stamina on critical hits. Alright, nothing too crazy there. Melee averse, we saw that in the last one. He does not like... well, if he shoots nearby, we can get a free attack of opportunity. Swift shooter, so each successful hit grants 1 stamina for the next turn. And is a bit lazy as well. Alright, and then this other guy, similar things. Alright, so what do we want? I think we try and take out this enforcer first. He's going to give us the most problems, so let's move to all 4 of us before they get a turn. Yeah, alright, let's move. Actually, we're not going to be able to get through that terrain there, are we? Alright, let's go ahead and we'll move up behind here. We'll at least be protected on one side. No extra enemies, that's good to see. Let's end our turn there. Let's bring you up for... yeah, let's see what you can do. Move you here. End your turn there. And then let's go ahead and defend our king. That should work rather well. And then you, my friend, we can shore up that front line quite nicely. Alright, that'll work. Alright, let's see what they do. Moving up, not getting too far. Looks like their movement's not the best. Our armor soaking some hits. And, okay, you know what? I am kind of surprised. He was my biggest concern, and he has moved away from where I thought he would be. Alright, let's go ahead and... Let's go ahead and engage over here. We're going to go ahead and start dealing with this fellow here. Yeah, we're pretty well protected. In fact, we can only get attacked from 2 spots again, but again, we're not going to get outflanked. But we can control the battlefield slightly better. Let's go ahead and slash. We did upgrade this in the last one. Stamina cost is 9, but we're doing almost double damage. 18 to 28 is not very bad at all. So let's go ahead and... 72% or 62? Let's start with a more probable strike. Oh wow, and a solid hit for 38. Excellent work. Now, we do have the... what was it? The patient one. So if you did not attack on your last turn, your next attack restores 75% of stamina cost and gain 30 critical rating. That's why we've still got so much stamina remaining. I think we'll go ahead and we'll double up and see if we can just maybe whittle down the first one here. Wow, 26. That is not too bad at all. Let's go ahead and end our turn there. We have our super sneaky stabby fella. He's not going to be able to make his way around at all. That's really inconvenient. Okay, you know what? We could just move up and take some basic attacks. I would like to outflank with the flanking strike, but I think we should be able to get through this relatively quickly at this pace. So let's go ahead and move on up, and we'll start doing what we can. Alright, it's got a good dodge there. We'll have to leave that be. Alright, as for you, let's go ahead and just double check. What was this? The blunt impact. 20% chance to apply muddled. Yeah, it's going to happen one way or the other. We can provoke him potentially. We could protect ourselves even greater. But again, it doesn't mean that we're not going to get muddled even if we block. So I think... we're going to... let's move up over here. Yeah, and we'll try and save some room for this guy to move in and start engaging. Yeah. Alright, let's go ahead and take a swing at things. We missed. Alright, and we got muddled on him. Okay, you know what? That is perfection. Anything that's going to slow him down on slowing us down is obviously a phenomenal choice. Let's move on up. We can either strike at this guy who's on much less health or work against him. If the unit is if the target unit's armor is depleted, gain 30% damage bonus. Well, you know what? I think this is going to be the best way that we can destroy him nice and quickly. Yeah, let's see if we can finish him off as soon as we can. 12 damage is going to have to be as good as it gets. Alright, and that's that. Alright, so we're unbalanced. I'm not entirely certain what that's going to do to us. Oh, and it looks like he's losing his armor. He really does not have much in the way of protection. We definitely need to upgrade his armor at some point. Alright, so what have we got? Unbalanced. We lose 5 initiative, and we are unable to dodge. I guess that makes sense if you are, indeed, yeah. If you are indeed off balance, it's kind of hard to protect yourself. Alright, so who have we got? These two guys at the top. You know what? It's not even worth trying to move 2 positions. I was thinking that maybe we guard up and then we run across just so we can take less damage, but unless we get all the way over here, which is going to cost us 8, that's going to cost us 8, then we can't attack. Yeah, well, it is what it is, and there's not much that can be done about that, so let's just go ahead and see if we can get through his armor and start doing some work there. Alright, other fellow, let's go ahead and 91% for 11 to 17. How much damage is this guy doing? 9? Part of me wonders if we should go for a technical strike. Oh, wait a second. No. Hang on a second. We could maybe get a kill here. That is going to be far more beneficial. Not anymore. Alright, how much stamina? We've only got 8. Okay, it's not enough. Let's see if we can just cut him down to size. Yeah. Alright, well, at least we should be able to kill him on the next turn with our king. Yeah. That fellow over there is taking a huge amount of damage. We might need to retreat him from combat. Let's see what we can do. So a slash, that would take him down to a killable level. Yeah, that'll work. Let's go ahead and start there. Oh, critical. Okay, well, so much for killing with a heroic strike, which would have demoralized our enemies. Alright, well, I guess we go ahead and we just go ahead and swing at this fellow too. He's got some pretty solid dodge there, unfortunately. Alright, as for you, my weak little friend, I think we try and do we maybe try and dodge and get up and attack the archer before he can do too much more? Slice, flanking strike. Ah, dearie me. What's his initiative looking like? It's 8. We've got better initiative by a good chunk, but we're not going to get almost 100 damage. That's not going to happen. You know what? I think we need to... We'll take a shot. I don't know, how many tiles? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2... it's close enough that we could get an attack on this guy on the next round. You know what? Let's see if we can do that. Oop, that was a big critical. Okay, so very dangerous. This guy might have died either way, so it's not... I don't know. I don't know if it's the right call or not, but it is what it is. Let's go ahead and see what we can do here. Swing for a good critical. And another dodge. Yeah, that guy's an absolute pain in the backside. Alright, so what have we got? If we move over here, it'll leave us with 4. This costs us 6. Alright, so let's see. When flanking units rear of we get 200% damage. Yeah, this effect is not affected by regular flanking modifiers. Okay, so it's not going to change if we go to there. We could get the 6 over here. Stab him in the back, maybe. You know what? That is what we're going to do. We're going to outmaneuver him. We may die in the making, but 20 damage is going to have to be good enough. Let's go ahead and... I guess we shuffle this way. We'll try and protect from this guy. I don't know. If we get hit, we die. It just is unfortunately the reality. We're not going to be able to kill this fellow either. We're not going to be able to maneuver far enough to be able to wail on him. Okay, fine. We're just going to go ahead and do what we must. Actually, maybe if we do go over here, we could at least outflank him a little bit. We might take some damage. but it's not the be all and end all. We've got good armor. You know what? We're going to go ahead and do it. Yep. All right. Excellent. And that's going to open him up to a whole heap more. And much better accuracy. That's a shame. Oh, no. We have just the right amount of stamina. Very nice. Okay. You know what? That worked out better than I thought. Probably should have done that on the other turn. Good dodges there, buddy. Oh. And he is dead. Oh, that's a shame. So he failed a death save. So one of your units failed to resist death. A unit's tenacity rating determines their chance of surviving a killing blow when uninjured. This time, fate has granted them no mercy. However, yeah, the dead are gone forever. However, our king lives. Whenever, of course, the king dies, that is the end. Oh well, he did a good job. He dealt with a lot of trouble for us. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can finish him off. In fact, he's still yet to have a turn. Let's maybe go with an enfeebling strike. Oops, maybe not. And we'll just have to make do. Alright, so we're muddled. It's inconvenient, but it is what it is. We'll see if we can get some more damage on this guy. But I guess this is a slow work in progress. Let's see. Oh, actually, you know what? If we move over here, that leaves us with 16. We can get those double damage bonuses. I think we take it. Yeah, we're going to go for this. We can get a critical like that. Yeah, there we go. That's solved a lot of trouble. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to move over here. I think... oh, actually, you know what? This is probably the better path. There we go. So we're protected from him. We have him flanked. He shouldn't be able to do too much damage. Yeah, there we go. Alright. Our armor still holds on our king. That's the main thing. Looks like he missed his shot, but again, lots of armor, so no real dangers there. Do we just try and finish this guy off, or do we try and catch up to the archer? You know what? We may as well try and kill this guy if possible. Yeah, we're just going to have to swing a few times. This guy's got too much dodge for my personal liking. Alright, so let's see. Do we have any accuracy buffs on anything? Accuracy rating plus 10, 8 to 12. It's not going to be enough to kill. No. Oh, but it looks like we did get it, so that will have to be good enough. Alright, let's bring you up into position. You can at least get an attack of opportunity. You are going to go ahead and get in the way for our king. You are, at the end of the day, a bodyguard. Oh, he's run off and not done too well. Alright. Well, we'll close the distance just because it's good practice. You, my friend, can... let's see, 74 health. Now, let's just move as minimally as possible. And we'll... oh, you know, we could even taunt the fellow. Now, for now, we'll just go ahead and take some attacks. That'll do. Yeah, actually, you know what? If we move over there, it doesn't say that we'll get an attack of opportunity. So I guess we'll take it. Yeah, I guess that only works if he's got a melee weapon. Alright, good to learn these things. Let's get you into position. Let's go ahead and take a swing. 22. Ooh, we're not going to be able to kill him on this turn, so I guess we go ahead and provoke and make sure our king doesn't get hurt unnecessarily. We do have the most armor. Yeah, if he tries to back up so he can shoot, he's going to take 2 attacks of opportunity here, and that is enough to kill. Alright, very good. Poor Grant. Yeah, Grant Dunhuck is dead, but we did get some experience elsewhere, so we'll take what we can get. Alright. Well, the brigands of this camp are slain. You search for the heirloom. 7 gold and 8 provisions. We continue on to the next camp. Alright, let's attack. You charge towards the camp. Let's see what's in this one. Alright, so what are we facing here? Looks like something similar, an enforcer and a couple of grunts. What's this? Irritable. When this character misses an attack, reduce their accuracy by 3 for 1 turn. The effect stacks. Wow, okay, so we want to put a dodge character right up near him. We have, what, 3 of our fellows? They have 4. Who has our highest amount of dodge? That is the question. 9, 8, 4. Okay, so our king is actually our best option here. Yeah, let's go ahead and move on up. We'll see how that goes. At least they don't have an archer, which is helpful. So we'll go ahead and end our turn there. We'll bring you up over... Yeah, you know what? We'll bring you over here. That should be fine. And, no, we can't do anything else. And then for you, my friend, let's move you... Well, we're not going to be able to do too much. Let's maybe move up here. And we'll see if you can hold this side for now. Alright. Alright, he's causing bleeding. That's very annoying. He's coated his weapon. Now that is rude. Ooh, going for our flank. Okay. They're going for some action economy up over here to take him out, but I guess the same goes over here. Let's have a look. Coated weapons. So on a hit, poison the target unit. Poison deals 2 damage per turn and reduces the affected unit's stamina by 5%. Ouch. Number of hits before the coat disappears is 3, so it's just there until it isn't. Alright, let's go ahead and start doing some damage, because that has to happen. Solid hit right there. Let's follow that up one more time. And, we've got enough for a heroic strike. It's not going to kill, but it will certainly wound. And that's good enough for me. Yeah, alright, very nice. And let's turn our facing over here just in case. Alright, you my friend, we need 48 points of damage. Let's see what we can do. 8 to 12. It's not the worst. You know what we're going to do? We're going to go ahead and... we'll just go ahead and see what we can cause. Oh, muddled. That is particularly nice. If he misses, that is going to be very good for us. He does have the, what was it? The irritable. If he misses, that's going to start reducing his accuracy, which will then mean he's less likely to poison us. Alright. You... What are you going to do? I think we leave him for the second. Let's maybe go... Well, you know what? A technical strike probably wouldn't hurt. Yeah, let's go with a technical strike over... here. Oh, that didn't work. Maybe we raise our shield. We know we're going to get attacked by a decent margin. Yeah, I think that's going to be our best play here. And you know what? We're going to go ahead and rotate around. At least he can't hit us from behind. But we should be able to protect from at least 2 of them. In fact, do we even step back? No, I think we have to let our armor soak the damage. Assuming they land. Alright. Even with those penalties from being flanked, it could have been a lot worse. And then, lots of good missing there. Alright, our stamina is now down to 18, which is less desirable, but it is what it is. Let's see if we can finish him off. No? Alright, there we go. That's much better. We'll go ahead and turn around and position for next time round. You, my friend, let's go ahead and go for a little bit of the backstabby. That'll do it. Very nice. Solid amounts of damage there, my friend. And then over here, let's see. We're not going to get 65. You know, let's just go ahead and... we'll change our facing, but we'll see if we can put enough damage on him. I think that's the way that we have to play this. Yeah, we can't use our shield for the next little bit, so it is what it is. Yeah, that's just going to have to be good enough. Alright, so he swings first. We blocked a few hits. That is excellent. Yeah, taking some hits to the armor. Looks like he's giving us his side, but that's okay. Let's move. You know what? That's close enough. Let's attack. Not enough for any more, so that will have to do. You, though, you can probably finish him off. We have it. Alright, excellent. And now let's get you to reposition over... well, the king's going to have his turn next. I think we'll go here. And maybe we redeploy the king up to the top. I think that's how we'll play this. Yeah. So there we go. That'll do. Unfortunately, not quite enough to taunt. Alright, so these two hooligans are left. 82 and 10, 120 and 30. What are his skills? He's unlucky. That's probably worth leaving. He can muddle. This guy is weathered, so he's lost a lot of health. Alright, you know what? I think maybe we go ahead and we try and get rid of the guy at the top. He's also got the lowest amount of overall health, so that should make it easier. Yeah, let's see what we can do there. And then I think that should be fine. Let's go ahead and we'll... Yeah, we'll end our turn there. Alright. Our armor's getting low, but we're still doing okay, all things considered. Let's bring you up over here. I know we could attack him for a fair chunk, but we've also got his open side right here. Yeah, up to 38 damage. Let's go for it. Oh, 44. Hello, hello. That was wonderful. Alright, that said though, it didn't go any further into his health. It just destroyed all of his armor. So, not quite as wonderful as it could be, but not too shabby nonetheless. You there, my friend. Let's go ahead and we're going to... No, we're going to go ahead and provoke him. Make sure that he stays in as good health as possible. And then we're just going to attack and muddle him. Alright, as for you in the middle, let's just see if we can finish off this guy at the top. Cut down their action economy, and we'll see how that plays. Yep, okay, so no surprises there. He did attack us. Ooh, looks like we traded muddlings. That's okay. Let's go... No, let's go ahead and attack here, and then see if we can get this heroic strike. It's got some good accuracy, and if we can debuff the other guy, that's always a good plan. 8 to 12, it is possible. You know what, I'm not going to risk it. We need 2 out of the, what? The, 4 options, what? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? Oh no, out of the 5 options, it's 2 out of 5. That's a 40% chance we're going to get the kill. I don't want to risk that. Although the next guy is a lot... Oh, you know what? Let's go for it. And we missed anyway. Okay, so no dice. This guy's got his turn, so we can at least use that to attack him. Let's kill him off. And then let's go with an enfeebling strike there just to minimize his damage. And I think that's all he can do. Yeah, let's go ahead and end our turn. You there, let's go ahead and just take a couple of swings. And hopefully it's enough that he's a little bit frazzled. Alright, well, you know what? That'll be fine. Let's just keep on taking him down, and that'll do. Alright, so 2 kills for our king, 1 for his bodyguards. That's enough XP to level on up, which is fantastic news. A little bit of extra... will never hurt. Alright, the brigands of this camp are slain. You search for the heirloom. Found golden provisions. You find it in one of the tents. A box of dark polished wood. It's detailed with gold, and upon opening it, you find a ring. It's expertly forged. Its luster is showing you an almost perfect reflection. The Ring of Dancourt. The family crest is engraved inside the ring. A swan with 3 crowned heads. Next to it, the house's words. To us, time forgets not. You are shortly approached by the same noblewoman and her guardsman. She sees the box in your hands and smiles warmly. I owe you more than you could know. Now we could keep it, but I think we're going to go ahead and hand it over. You hand her the box, and in return she extends to you a burlap pouch heavy with coins. Thank you. You will always be a friend of House Dancourt. Alright, so that's fine. We got 72 gold, which is not too shabby. And let's ask about her family. I'm surprised you know us not. My grandfather, Arnold Dancourt, was a man of intense views. He dreamt of a day every man, woman, and child would share the title of king, rendering it meaningless. No masters or servants, just being. It was a contentious view to hold as an aristocrat, and our family has been shamed into hiding ever since his disappearance. This ring is all we have of him. You bid farewell and part ways with the noble woman. Alright, well then, let's go ahead and take our level up. So, what have we got here? We have a shield bash, which could push back some enemies. That's not a bad plan. Rending strikes, less accurate, not huge on damage, but strike 2 times each. Each applying bleeding and deals 30% of the user's damage per turn. Oh, that's not bad for 2 turns. 10 stamina though. Natural Custodian. If you were hit last turn, increase your protection rating by 10, stacking up to 30. Ooh, that's a solid choice right there. If we get hit, we become much more defended. That's not bad. We've also got potential for some enhancements. We have aggression here for extra damage, accuracy, and critical. Your arrow awareness, maximum health and dodge. Arrow guard reduces range damage taken by 20%. And then extra stamina and initiative. Ooh. Well, let's see. What was our initiative? 8. That's not bad. That's quite respectable. Hang on a second. Let's just wait there for a second too. Well, let's go ahead and I'm almost tempted to take the Natural Custodian and the Arrow Awareness. Extra dodge rating as well as extra protection. Yeah, and overall health is never a bad thing. The damage too isn't too bad either. But I feel like that could be particularly good. You know, that's exactly what we're going to go with. We'll take that combo for sure. Alright, we have 1 ability point. What can we do? We have... yes, we were going with the exploitation. We can go for some extra accuracy for our swing, as well as less damage variation. Our accuracy rating is already at 95, which is quite good, but again, boosting it up is never a bad plan. And then extra critical against depleted armor could be nice. Otherwise, what else is there? Upon being hit, the user is granted 6% bonus damage until the end of the next turn. If the hit is blocked, the bonus is double. Ooh. Let's see. Block rating from raising the shield goes from 40 to 70. Can get some critical resistance and stamina cost down by 3. Oh, that'll cost us only 3. Wow. That could be very effective if we can get that far. So many decisions. I think what we'll go for though is I think some extra accuracy wouldn't hurt. We've found that missing in particular times can be rather unfortunate, and that does make things slightly better. Drops off that lower end, which is desirable. That is quite nice. Alright, and as for our king, what do we have here? We have our level up. So we can pick up the Swift Striker feat, I guess, for the passive. Every hit grants a stack of Swift Striker. Upon reaching 5, the next basic attack is free, consumes 5 stacks and generates none. Critical hits grant an additional stack. That could be nice. We do have a very strong basic attack. We can also order an attack if the allied unit is facing adjacent to the target unit. We can get them to strike. That costs us 12. Very expensive. defensive order as well. I think we go with the Swift Striker. The Swift Striker indeed could be very, very good. Do we go for some bonus stamina and initiative? Could go for some damage and accuracy and critical. Or extra health and critical resistance. Wow. Some solid choices right here. Well, our stamina at the moment is 20. Boosting that up would mean we could possibly get off some extra attacks nice and early. So you know what? I think we're going to take the versatility. Yeah, I think that's just going to end up, very frequently we end up just 1 or 2 off being able to afford an extra attack. So let's pick that up. And then, because we are going for extra attack, maybe we go for the critical rating. Either that or, yeah, I think we just focus in on the attack here. Let's go for that critical rating. That'll do nicely. Alright, so that's going to make us nice and strong. Let's go ahead and continue on moving. We can head down for another unknown event. We could also head over here. Oh, wait, no? Battle event or maybe unknown. Hang on a second. Let's see. What's going on here at the moment? Can we... I guess if we go here, we're going to have to backtrack through. These guys are spreading out their worth. A safe event might also be possible. Maybe we go there, then we double back and up and around. I'm actually a little bit curious. Yeah, you know what? We're going to go ahead and go for it. We're going to backtrack for a little bit, see if we can pick up some safe things. Alright, so we find an odd site, a small field of unmarked graves. We can either dig them up with our hands or leave. You know what? I feel like we could get a nasty illness if we're not using a shovel. Let's just leave. Alright, let's leave them undisturbed. Alright, so let's head down here for this safe event. We'll see these guys slowly advancing on us. The path ahead of you opens up to a clearing and dead bodies litter the ground, an unfamiliar sight in these populated areas of Temkau. Armored men clad in mismatched armor rest not far off. The guards have this haven appear little different to bandits of the wood. I see you eyeing the bodies. You can have what's on them if you pile them up on that cart once you're done. Alright, sure, why not? We'll go ahead and do that. Gain some provisions in gold. You rummage through the bodies, dragging and loading each one into the cart. It's time-consuming work. The guards thank you for your help as you go to leave. Excellent. Alright, so these guys are still slowly advancing, but let's go ahead and back up. Let's maintain a little bit of distance. You find yourself at the edge of a field mixed combatants sparring. A man approaches you, a guard of this trade haven. He explains that travelers often pay to spar with the guards and one another for a small fee. It keeps the guards paid to keep their skills sharp. Well, you know what? For 18 coins, and we have almost 250, let's go ahead and spar. Alright, so we hand the gold and find a partner to spar with. You spar with a Polyomian freelancer. He is skilled, patient, and powerful. You train until exhaustion. The Polyomian, impressed with your ability, asks if you have room in your company. Well, funnily enough, we actually do. Let's accept this. The freelancer follows you out of the field. Molman Ophir has joined your company. Okay, and we did level up our other soldier here. That is excellent. So what have we got here? We've got a heavy bash, a heavy and deft blow to leave an enemy unit battered, an accuracy penalty, but on a hit, battered units suffer from a 20 protection rating reduction for 3 turns. Oh, sorry, for 3 hits or 2 turns. That could be nice. Let's see, what else have we got? Shred, Shield Breaker Strike, Shred Armor. This ability deals 100% bonus damage against units with armor. And on a hit, apply Exposed Armor. Exposed Armor reduces a unit's protection rating by 30. If the armor is depleted, the effect is removed. Or a Tormentor. Deal 5% extra damage for each negative effect on the target with a minimum of 15% bonus damage. Huh. Wow, so if we get piled on by a bunch of negative effects, we could become ridiculously powerful. So let's just quickly double check what we've got here. We've got the armor penetration and attack bonuses to those with things. Oh, and you know, we're also going to get extra 30% damage to targeted units with armor. So I think we'll use an ability point there, so we don't need that up here. I think we will leave the shield breaker strike. Let's maybe collect... I'm thinking we might go ahead and pick up the Tormentor. Yeah, with a minimum of 15% bonus to damage. So if we get any negative effects, we're going to start dealing a lot of damage. I think that's something we could work with. We'll pick that up. We've also then got the potential for more stamina and initiative. Survivability gives us extra health, armor, and dodge rating. Oh yeah, you know what? We'll take that for certain. Survivability is always good. We've got 3 ability points because we were learned on the last one, so we got 2 bonus ones. Let's increase our basic attacks, so now we do 30% bonus damage to a target with armor, and then we can even invest in a few others. I'm thinking increase accuracy rating reduction from 30 to 60, decrease the cooldown. That could be very nice. Either that or we could go for the stamina cost. Striking a provoked unit increases its duration by 1 turn up to a maximum of 4, and then grant the user 30% accuracy rating when attacking a unit they provoked. Ooh, that means we could really get good as a duelist. That could be very, very nice. What about here? We've also got some shield bonuses, so we could be... Yeah, we could evolve. So when attacked, the user faces the attacking unit. That's not bad. Increase the the protection rating and then the stamina cost as well. We can reduce, or we could go ahead and, if there's no enemy units adjacent to the user, demoralize all enemy unit users within the zone of control. That's not bad. And then we can just reduce the cooldown. I think we'll probably focus on... Let's go ahead and, when attacked, the user faces the attacking unit. That's probably best for long-term survivability, and we'll go ahead and increase the protection rating. Actually, you know what? Maybe we can just go ahead and boost up this as well. I like the idea of making it much harder for them to target. 4 turns isn't bad. We also can then reduce that down to 2. Yeah, I think this is the way to go, although the stamina cost... You know what? No, never mind. We're going to go for more of the duelist thing. We're going to reduce the stamina cost. Might mean we can use some of these abilities a little bit more frequently when useful. Yeah, and the accuracy bonus could be very helpful. Alright, so that will do. Let's go ahead and we're going to backtrack through territory we've already been. The guys are chasing us down, so we do need to be careful. You guys at your surroundings, you've been here before. That we are familiar with. Alright, but either way, we're going to go ahead and... Ooh, high danger event. Ooh, that seems questionable. It truly does, but you know what? I have not taken one of these before, so we're going to go ahead and give that a shot. And oh my goodness, okay, Strafa battle event? Okay, well, locations controlled by royal guards, very dangerous. Alright, so technically possible, but I'm thinking, yeah, we go ahead and we give this a shot. There is no, we've got a pretty solid lineup right now. I think it's worth it. Alright, so bandits, you're in bandit controlled territory and are forced to move more slowly and cautiously. Be prepared to fight against harder odds. Okay, so thank you. You turn to the voice. A bandit, arms held up. He approaches you, exhausted. Need your help. So, my so-called brothers, they made a mockery of me, stripped me of my weapons, blindfolded me, left me for the war fangs. He spits at the floor in anger. Knew it could happen eventually. Always been called the runt. You could could use your hand proving them wrong if you'd lend yours. You know what? Why not? Let's accept. The bandit nods at you approvingly. I'll lead you to the camp. It'll be a pleasure to watch. Okay, surely he's going to join in, right? No? The bandit brings you to the edge of a large encampment, bustling with activity. A giant man calls out commands, directing men across the camp. The spoils of the camp are all yours. Alright, well, let's go. Slaughter them for me. This is gonna be a curious one. Alright, so... Oh, we're general now. Hang on a second. I don't think we have any leader traits for us to be able to make the most of. No, so we can't spend any of those, but we do have some, I think. Oh no, that's maybe... Oh no, never mind. Current level. Okay, so we're counted as a general. They're still bodyguards. Oh, we never checked out our Maulman either. Yes. So let's see. Damage is decent. Max health is not phenomenal. Move speed and initiative is relatively slow. Oh well, his initiative is slow. Some decent critical, some armor ratings not amazing, accuracy is mediocre. Let's see. 75% chance of surviving a death save. Alright, and he's got the shield breaker and a smash. Ooh, I like that. Alright, well, let's see how this all goes. So, we have our king first, followed by their archer. And these two fellows. Okay. Who are you? You are a brute leader. Damage of 22? Aye, that's scary. So he's sluggish, so he's got less stamina, thank the Lord. And then Rising Fury. For every successful attack that is not Raging Strike, gain 1 stack of Rising Fury. Gain 2 for critical hits. If an attack is missed, dodged, parried, or deals no damage, gain 3. Oh dear. Raging Strikes become available at 5 stacks of Rising Fury and uses 5 stacks upon use. Currently 0. Alright, so he's got some side assets, so he's protected from the sides a bit more than average. He's got Aggression for bonus accuracy and damage. He's an Executioner. Ooh. Berserker. Every time you hit an opponent, increase damage by 7%. At least that resets if he misses. He's beefy for an extra 10% damage, but with less initiative and dodge. Oh my goodness. Alright, this guy is definitely what we need to take out first and foremost. There is no if, buts, and or maybes. Alright, his move speed is 5, so he can move as far as we can. I think we go ahead and reposition right here. Yeah, so let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, he can only get so far. I think. Let's go ahead and shuffle across. This also means we get a stamina payback for our attack on the next round with our, what do we call it? Yeah, patient. There we go. Alright. You there, friend. We do have the ability to provoke. We do have some solid armor, but we might need to make up with both of those. Let's go ahead and just hold the line. Yeah, I think we leave these two for now. Yeah, we're going to end our turn right where we are. We might have wanted to turn around, but it is what it is. Let's bring you to there. Alright, let's see what these guys do. They're moving on in. He's attacking our king, and you... Oh, thank goodness, he is rotating in on the way that I wanted. Alright, let's go ahead and we're going to shuffle up. That leaves us with 6, which is too little, but it does give us that side flank. Oh, actually, you know, we could move over here. Get behind him and cause him a heap of grief. Would be open up to the archer, but I think that that's okay. Considering how much of a trouble this guy's going to be, I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit. Alright, King. We need you to... Yeah, we're gonna have to kill this guy quickly, I think. Alright, so that was a solid hit. There goes his armor. Let's see if we can do another solid hit. 28? No. 38. Okay, well, he's down to below 30. That is phenomenal for his first turn. Let's quickly... Oh, we don't even need to turn. That'll do. Alright, the archer. Looks like he's shooting at us from the side, but again, our armor will hold. You, my friend, can move... I think we move you here. Yeah, and we go ahead and we... Wait a second, what are our skills? Armor penetration, bonus damage to armor. Could possibly break that in one. Could also almost get him killed. Let's see, do we have a thing here? No, I don't think so. Alright, you know what, maybe we can... yeah, you know what, it's all good. We're going to go for the kill here first. That's the plan. Let's make sure that they're down on the action economy. That's going to be super crucial, and then let's call that there. This fellow, let's bring you over here. This is definitely going to hurt. I think we start with a technical strike, see if we can reduce his damage by 30%. Yeah, that's going to be much better no matter who he attacks. So let's get that started. 84%. And it lands. Oh, thank goodness. Alright. And then, you know what? Let's also just quickly swivel this way and make sure that we're protected in case the archer tries anything funny. Oh, dear goodness. There goes his armor. That sucks. What have we got? 14. What's this going to do? 8. That costs us 12. Could shred. You know what? That's not too bad. We could easily destroy his armor. And we'd still have just enough for a smash. Yeah. There we go. There goes all of his armor. And we did some damage to his health. Let's follow up with one of these. And let's just turn back around a little bit just to be safe. I doubt it's going to be very safe, but we'll go with what we can get. Alright. My king, let's move you up over here and we'll attack him from the side. Or behind, no matter which way you want to look at it. Let's start with a slash. Yeah. Oh, missed. That's not going to do us very much. But we did get a couple of solid hits, so he's down to 100. The archer, ooh, he's taken some bad hits for us. Alright, who have we got left? Alright, both of these guys can do some damage. You know what, we've got his side, so I think we'll use you to provoke on the next turn. So we're just going to attack since we've got the better damage dealing here. Oh, we muddled him as well. That is phenomenal. Alright, end your turn there. Let's go ahead and we're going to provoke. Yeah, we need to protect our friend. We're provoking, and then let's go with... Let's see. You know what? We should be able to kill him off on the next turn. Let's just defend and be safe. I think that's the way that we do this. Oh, wait. We even have enough for an attack. Huh. Of course. That initiative... Sorry, that... Wait a second. How do we do that? Provoked for 8. I guess we've got what it takes. It doesn't matter. Let's just go ahead and swing. We'll take what we can get, and we are not going to complain. Alright, so he should be down fairly swiftly. Let's go ahead with a couple of attacks. Again, he's being provoked elsewhere, so we'll do what we can. Let's move. Yeah, I think we'll face this way. He might get a slight accuracy bonus for getting our flank, but he should be attacking after him, so I'm willing to risk it. Yeah, there goes a miss. Oh, he just straight up killed him. Wow, that was so much more damage than I was expecting him to do. Well, there he goes. We just got to take down the archer now. My goodness. Yeah, there was... Even if we had have run away with our other fellow, there's just nothing we could have done. We wouldn't have had the damage to kill him on that turn, It was just one of those really unfortunate events. Well, alright, let's move. Let's move up as far as we can. We'll call it there. You can go through here. We'll call it there. Let's see. Let's start flanking. Where's he going to run? He's going to move back. Yeah, alright, you know what? Good. Aim at the king. He's got some solid armor. In fact, we all have very good armor. There's very little that this guy can do. Alright. That will suffice for now. Although we can provoke. Why not? We have the skill, we may as well use it. Let's get you close enough to attack at the very least. We'll start doing some work there. Alright, and our king. Let's go ahead and... Oh, we missed. Alright, well... Oh, he went to run, and an attack of opportunity works out. So, poor Molman Ofer. I was kind of interested to see what kind of skills he had. But I guess we were very, very unlucky. Alright, so, no level ups, but we did gain a good chunk of experience. The king got a fair amount, which is good, because I guess if anyone's going to have to live, it's him. Bandit bodies are scattered through the camp. You were approached by the bandit who asked this of you, walking over the bodies with little regard. I gained 42 gold, 3 medical supplies, and 27 provisions, and 51 experience. Wow. You watch the bandit as he picks up one of his fallen brother's spears. He embeds it into the corpse's skull. You know what? We do have a new party opening. Not that it's gone well for our third, or well, fourth, but sure, let's go ahead and ask him to join. He looks at you, then all the corpses. If it's more of this, how could I say no? Grunt Ken has joined your company. Okay, well, that is gonna be curious. He's got a slice and a dagger throw. Ooh, dagger throw, that could be handy. Maybe get some poisons and whatnot. He's got the readiness thanks to being part of our troop now. Attack of opportunity and shield training. We've got nothing in our stash yet. We really need to find some kind of a merchant if we're going to buy some upgrades. That would be very, very helpful. But again, the episode's running along, so I think we're going to call it there. And I guess there's going to be at least one more part to all of these shenanigans. So if you do want to see that, be sure to hit that subscribe button. It is the best way to catch all future content, and I'll see you next time. So until then, thank you for tuning into the Leviathan Cove. This is the Leviathan, signing out.